Okay, so my new plan, I'm going to bring a porridge to cook at work. This didn't work very successfully. It was very, very liquidy. I put some frozen raspberries in there, and the porridge oats have not soaked up as much as I would wish. So I feel like I have to make sure I maybe just don't put almond milk in, because maybe I just put raspberries in there, and then that works like that. But that's a bit liquidy, but it's alright. It's soup, porridge soup now. One healthy extra B that this is, and yeah, let's see how that goes. I've got my nuts if I want to later, but theoretically this porridge will then fill me up much better. I've got half an hour to eat it in, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit and have my breakfast now. So this morning I've had healthy some coffee before I came out. And also this morning I managed to do, because I decided I was going to do a run, so I managed to do a little tiny little run for 10 minutes outside. So I left at 6:30 and came back at 7:15, then I had my shower at 7:10. So that worked quite well. Just put a tiny bit extra more personal exercise in instead of just the walking. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So this will be one healthy extra B so far today, 0 sins. Okay, hello. I haven't videoed anything from yesterday, so I'm going to complete the video. And so the porridge thing worked really, really, really well. Even though it was a bit porridge soupy, it did fill me up, and I didn't need to snack anything in the morning. So that worked really well. Then I had my lunch, which was pasta with veg and cheese and sausages and olives. So it was part of my healthy extra A, and 2 sausages, 4 sins. Then I didn't have anything else until later on, when I had the kids, we could pick the kids up, then we came home, and then I had a packet of those fava beans, which are really useful to have. Then they're 3.5 sins, so I've just been counting 4 for them, just so that, you know, I think I struggle with a half sin. I don't really know. Yeah, it's easy just to count up, isn't it, if it's a full sin, a full amount. So that's 8 sins so far. Then I had so then I struggled a little bit, but not too much. And then it was sort of, you know, just because I was at home and it wasn't about to be tea time. But luckily, my daughter had some athletics homework to complete that she was worried about, because we'd filled in some, homework hadn't been set, so we did some other homework instead on this programme, but then the teacher had actually set some homework. She'd got the wrong date, and then she'd actually set some homework, but I wasn't aware that she'd set the other homework, which was due in tomorrow. So she got panicked about that because the teacher told her about it. So luckily, again, we were at home, so we had an hour spare, which at that point I was a bit like, you know, I'm tired from the day, so I don't really want to be sort of doing cleaning or activities or things like that. So it was quite useful that she had to do this athletics, because I could sit with her and do the athletics. So that took about 3/4 of an hour. And then I had spaghetti and like the sauce, so that's free, but then I have cheese on it. And of course I totally forgot that I'd already had cheese for pasta lunch, so I only had a small amount, so it would have been, it's usually about 1/4 of a healthy extra B, because I just don't put a lot of cheese on, because it's a very small bowl, really small bowl, with just a little bit of spaghetti, a little bit of sauce and a little bit of cheese. So it's not a sort of a meal. It's more of just a very small snack. It's a little bit of a just kind of tide me over while the excuse me, tide me over Well, I do the bedtime routine from about 6 till 8, so it's a couple of hours there, and sometimes I get a bit peckish, so it's useful if I've already eaten something. So I also had some mango and some tangerines during that time, because we chopped up a bit of that to have as a snack, and because the children didn't want to eat that, so I ate that. And then in the evening, I had I didn't have any coffee mate yesterday as well either, so there wasn't any extra sins on that. And I had one coffee at work, and the travel mug worked really well because I have one coffee, and then if I don't drink it fully, if I want another one, I can just top it up with hot water, and it's still, it's a bit watery but not too bad, and that elongates a coffee, which means that I can sort of feel like I'm having coffee all day, but only actually my 7:30 alarm. But the kids are doing well. Benjamin's downstairs and doing his second list, and Guy's just getting dressed upstairs, so we're all to plan. Came downstairs and then my partner was having his curry, so I had the curry as well. So we had curry and rice, and that's free. No, it isn't, is it? It's got coconut in it, and I tell you what, I can't taste the coconut at all in it, so I think I'll not put that in because it's supposed to be 2 sins per portion. So yeah, I got myself in a bit of a muddle there, haven't I? Okay, so I'm not going to put the coconut in the future because I can't taste anything at all. And it was very green with the spinach, but it was tasty. It was really good. It was really yummy. But it didn't look hugely appetizing. But it definitely didn't taste of coconut. So I'm not going to bother with the coconut again, because it's unnecessary sins for no purpose. So I also had. Hello, what's happened, baby? Then I had the curry, and I had some mango chutney with the curry.
Bye for real this time.
Bye. We had so that I'd counted that as 3 sins, and I also had half a wrap, which was quite a good idea actually. I'm definitely doing that again. That was a really good idea. So my daughter has these tortilla wraps. They're Be Good to Yourself wraps, and we have them because they're small. And she likes them for her lunch. Now there was a lot there, and she hadn't had a lot this week, so there was a full packet plus an extra one. And I thought I was feeling a bit, not miserable, but like a bit. I wanted something for me, if you know what I mean. I suppose treaty type of behaviour. I just kind of felt a bit like giving out a lot, and I wanted to feel like I was being pampered and looked after. And I thought the wrap would be really nice because it would be a little bit like a tortilla or a naan bread or something with the curry, but it wouldn't be too many sins. And I was going to have the whole one, but I thought it's just going to bring me right over my sins. Hello. Especially with the mango chutney. But then my partner wanted half a wrap. You okay? You've made your breakfast?
No, it's that's a weird thing.
Right, we're making Benjamin some porridge. So I'll just finish the video while we make the porridge.
Oh, yeah.
Now we had, so the wrap was, where's my bowl gone? The wrap was, so half of it is 3 sins. So it was 3 sins plus 3 sins for the mango chutney. So that was 6 sins there.
I'm opening it.
Plus 8 sins. No, 4.
You don't need
4. Yeah, 8 sins plus 6 sins. And milk. 8 sins plus 6 sins.
Oh, that.
Is 14 sins. Plus the 2 sins for the curry. So I suppose I'm not too far off. I think I'm 16 sins. but I
Milk
was
the delivery.
good boy.
Can you see if
I
the
think
camera
obviously I
can
might have been a bit
see it?
over on my cheese because
Can we
I
see if the camera can see it? No.
camera. You want me to lift it up?
It. So that's
I'll put him up there on the thingy. So I'm aware that I've just I might have been got away with it because of the cheese, and I don't have a lot of
I
cheese on
can
either eye.
reach
But
it.
I don't know. I might have been a bit over on the healthy extra A.
I can reach
You can
it.
put your little fingers up, can't you? Ready?
Ah.
The raspberries going in. I don't know why in my head I thought I hadn't got enough fruit porridge today for me, but I've got raspberries, haven't I? I don't know what was going on in my head, Benji. Bloop. I thought I couldn't have porridge today because I didn't have enough.
Now
Fruit.
to join together.
They are, and they froze down. Right, okay, so I'm going to stop the video here, and then, so I was alright, I think. And then we've got to say goodbye first, before you press the button.
Well, you can use my finger to press the
Alright.
button.
And, okay then, goodbye. And I think I was just a little bit over on my sins today, but a good learning lesson, and I just got to remember, I think it's useful to have the spaghetti sauce and cheese, really useful thing to have.
And I got a drink.
And you've got a drink.
I just put it right. I
just
just
got
put
to
it right
accommodate
there.
Ready? I'm going to press, you go press the button now. Bye. Got to press the square one. Has it done it? No, you've got to go again. Hold it still.
Oh,